Welcome to Coffee Conversations with Les and Paul, 30 Minutes for God.
A podcast sponsored by Piedmont Road Church of Christ and Ministry League.
We're here to discuss Bible topics just as if we're asking Jesus himself. I am Paul Sperlin.
And I am Les Sandiford. We hope you will enjoy our relaxed Bible-based discussions.
Thanks for joining us as we think about and talk about all those things we ask Jesus over a cup of coffee. Welcome to
Coffee Conversations.
30 Minutes for God, the Les and Paul Show. Look what we did. We didn't even practice that.
We covered it all.
We did good.
We did.
Brought to you by Piedmont Road Church of Christ, right here in Marietta, Georgia. Found online at lifeinchrist.com with a newly wrapped bus.
We'll
talk about that in a minute. And then, sorry.
It matches your
It
jacket
does
too.
It does. And also Ministry League at ministryleague.com. Download the app. A lot of podcasts out there, including this one. And of course, I want to throw this out there. The Anchor Network. Again?
I was going to say
I should stop talking.
No.
I am Les. This is Paul. And I got it backwards. I am Paul. This is Les. What's up?
Whoever we are.
What's going on?
Whatever network we're talking about.
All the things.
Yeah, we got to get the backdrop up.
Definitely you'll see that starting in 26. Definitely you'll see that at Exposure Youth Camp.
Yeah, it's true.
What are you about to say?
No, I was going to say we have to wait till then, but we kind of have to because we're almost done here in December. I mean, we
got one more.
It's already December 10th.
That's right.
Then we're going to get into the silly season.
Silly season. What's the silly season?
Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
That's a quote from, I think it's one of the
movie
Lethal Weapons.
Funny. Oh, yes.
I almost feel like it was in the first one where Mel Gibson said something about it. Anyway.
Yeah. What's the deal that Bruce Willis is in a movie years ago? He keeps saying it's not a Christmas movie. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Everybody says that, but they're wrong.
He says it's not a Christmas movie, but it literally happens during Christmas.
Some people argue that a Christmas movie means the movie is about Christmas.
Lovey-dovey.
Not set at Christmas. It's about Christmas. And I'm like, still a Christmas movie.
It is.
While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock.
Oh.
Set at Christmas time.
Wow, you went a long way back to pull that one out.
Well,
it's a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's probably newer than Die Hard, actually.
Hopefully so.
Because Die Hard's old. Okay.
Like 30, maybe.
Should we just talk about music and sports too? While we're here?
If you want to. I don't want to talk about sports.
We're kind of off. Yeah.
Nothing fun I want to talk about.
Yeah. Hey, look, you're in the playoffs, so whatever.
Oklahoma, congratulations. You get a bye the first week. Because you're playing Alabama. We have no quarterback.
Hey, you never know.
There's your sports.
You never know. Speaking of sports teams, what is our subject matter today? Showing partiality.
Showing partiality.
And we do that all the time with our sports teams, don't we?
Do not be a Jacob.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hold on. There it is. Okay.
Yeah. It took, sometimes it takes a second.
If you have 12 kids, don't give one a coat that looks cool and don't give anybody else one. That's not
exactly
good.
Right.
Don't be that parent.
Exactly.
Oh, my word.
So true.
We are in the Pearls book, and we're the Last Leaders Pearls book. It is episode 6 because we had to have an introduction. So this is chapter 5.
Mm-hmm. Showing partiality.
Mm-hmm.
Core text here is James 2, 8, and 9. I'll just go ahead and read it.
Do it.
If you really fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. You are doing well. But if you show partiality, you are committing sin and are convicted by the law as transgressors. Let's just throw it out there, kind of ask the question.
Okay.
Maybe encourage people that are listening to ask this question themselves too.
Mm-hmm.
How do we show partiality? What are some of the ways that happens? just in life?
I mean, spending more time with one person over another.
Okay.
Um,
Favoring a child
yeah,
when you
giving
have
gifts
multiple children.
to one when the other doesn't get it, and
Yeah. Extending favor to somebody because of characteristics or traits you like about them, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
The author went into some topics in here. He's got several headings, right? And it's interesting the way he kind of morphs these thoughts together in the book. So if you don't have the book, get it and read what the author had to say, because we're not going to obviously read exactly what he said, but he's got a heading here called The Color of Skin and Poverty, a call for equal treatment. I'm not sure why he put those two categories together exactly, because I feel like he's talking about them separately, but then he's got one about including those with disabilities, equal love for all, which really, when I was studying this lesson to teach with the kids, that didn't jump out at me until I saw it in here. And then I thought about it and I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting.
About the handicapped children?
About disabilities. Whether that's
gotcha.
He mentions autism and Down syndrome. I think you can also, and he does kind of mention this in terms of who Jesus healed, but if they're blind or deaf, those types of disabilities.
Right.
That tends to be what we do in life sometimes, right? We tend to see people kind of through the lens of,
if they don't look like us, we don't spend time with them.
Yeah, that's right.
We look past them. And it's unfortunate because those are the ones that the most time don't get any attention at all.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful about that.
Well, and James talks specifically about the concept of poverty or having money. He didn't, how you treat somebody that comes in that's got finery on and versus somebody that doesn't. I don't know that James himself specifically talks a lot about skin,
right?
But we see enough Jews,
Gentile, Samaritans,
racism in the Bible to get the concept. Truthfully, I really don't know.
And what's cool is
if their skin color would have looked different.
No, not really. But it is cool when Jesus does his very best to overcompensate for those feelings, especially with the woman at the well and things like that. It's just really neat to see him see a situation that could very easily be put a Jew in a situation where, why are you treating a Samaritan that way? Or why are you being nice to them or whatever? And it's Jesus like, because we're people, right? God, it's interesting because Lonnie Jones just mentioned it Sunday morning here. He was with us and he talked very specifically about, it doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, what color you are, where you're from, where you're going. God wants to put us all on the same plane, and that is the plane that heads to heaven. Yep. You see what I did there?
I did.
So that's what it comes down to. So
PLANE or
both. Okay. Yeah, I know. But it is interesting because that's what Christianity is about. Christianity is its own area of bringing everybody together. I mean, that's literally what it's about. So
I feel these questions popping out, and Paul, just to reiterate something about this show, it's not scripted. So Paul didn't walk in here and Les didn't say, okay, I'm going to ask you these 3 questions. Be prepared to answer them, whatever those questions are. So sometimes they just come to mind and I spit them out and Paul has to deal with them.
That's fine.
So here's one of them.
Okay.
What do you think drives us to show the partiality that we show? And I'm kind of leading you somewhere I want to go. So maybe that's not fair. Maybe I should just answer my own question.
Ask the question again.
What is it that makes us treat people differently? Why do we show partiality in some situations? And let me just pick one. We live in a world that is very focused on skin color.
Okay.
In this country.
Okay.
So what drives us to a point where we, as individuals, might see somebody and treat them differently because of that?
I think people in general probably like being around like-minded people.
Okay.
At the same time, they like being around people that looks like them, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, is there a part of human nature that makes you gravitate towards people that look like you? And that's okay, I guess. But here's where it becomes a problem. When I walk right by someone, don't say a word to someone who doesn't look like me, and I go to somebody else that does, it's like, what's wrong with me? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's something that we need to not just ask ourselves, but challenge ourselves and make sure we're not that person.
Yeah.
Let me just say it like it needs, just say it. Here we go. You ready? If all I see is white people hugging white people and black people hugging black people, and never the twain shall break the mold and go in and you see, different color people enjoying the company of each other, we have a problem.
Yeah.
If when you look at the door and you're a white person and you look at the door and you see white people, you go after them like you love them, or the other way. If you're a black person and you see someone walking in the door and then they're black and you're like, you go for them, but when you see the white people, you don't, or vice versa, that's a problem.
Yeah.
God created us. Let's love each other. Let's love everybody. Who cares what we look like? Why is it, when you see someone who walks in and Down syndrome, why do you turn your back and walk away? Is it because you're scared to interact with that person because you don't know how to interact with that person?
Yep.
Does a white person not know how to interact with a black person? Guess what? We all pay taxes. We all drive a car. We all live in a place. We got to work. We got to pay. Are you kidding me?
The man keeps us all down.
He does. Yeah. Yeah. Why? I mean, stop it. Just stop it. Yeah. God created us equal, and he gave us all the same hope for heaven.
Yeah.
And if we can't get along here on earth, the Lord won't give us that shot in heaven. Sorry.
I think it is really one of those things that challenges the church pretty hard.
Yeah. Love each other.
Where we sit. Now, It looked different in the first century because they were fighting their own version of the race issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about disabilities. We don't get a lot of commentary on that. A little bit, I guess, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, the thing that
unless you live it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I thought you were starting to say something else, but yeah.
No, I was done. Sorry. That was
no,
it.
That's exactly right. And we talk about this and we sometimes we dance around it because if we're just back talking about the race thing, because it's such a big deal in our culture. Sometimes we dance around it because if we're white and we don't want to be perceived as saying something about, I'm going to say people with darker skin, generally referred to as black people, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Or brown. I mean, that's a cultural thing now where we refer to brown versus not brown in skin color, but we're perceived a certain way simply by saying the words out loud. Like somehow we're being racist simply by mentioning it. The truth is, as Christians, we have no business whatsoever seeing the world that way.
Right.
But when I asked the question, what was really going through my mind was the world sees it that way. And one of Satan's tools is to get in our heads using things we see every single day to encourage it.
Right.
And encourage it and encourage it. If you watch commercials, you'll notice a bias in commercials about who they use in the commercials.
Yeah.
It's a Satan tool to make you think about something that really a Christian shouldn't be focused on. But it's hard not to be focused on it when the things you watch, maybe that's the reason not to watch it.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say, television, internet, that is the devil's workshop.
And aside from the skin color thing, which we unfortunately see a lot of commentary on and a lot of examples of being mistreated that way, there are certainly other things where we also have to be careful, and that's what the author's getting to, right? When we think about kids that have autism, for instance, and we shy away from them because we don't understand how they see the world.
Right.
So we don't really want to interact with them, even though they're one of God's children. And God loves them just as he loves you, just as he loves me or anybody else. We see it from children all the time, children that have some disability where they're limited by having to be in a wheelchair. And we see other kids react to them differently because of that.
Because they have limitations.
They have limitations. they're different.
They can't do
There's
what I do,
something-
so why do I spend time with them?
Yeah.
They can't keep up with me. So
But we do this in all sorts of ways.
Mm.
So we want to hyper focus on skin color sometimes, but the truth is we do it in subtle ways that have nothing to do with
That's
skin
true.
color.
that's true.
I was picked on the entire time I went to high school because of my weight. It was a constant thing. Every day I went to high school, something was said, something was done. I don't talk about that a lot. I'll talk about it occasionally
Mhm.
because in the world of how we show favoritism or mistreat people, it's a topic.
Yeah.
I don't cry woe is me because it happened to me all through high school,
Right.
but it did. And don't tell me, hey, I'm different and I'm special over here because I get mistreated because of this. And oh, well, that doesn't really count because that's not my world. It does count. All of it counts.
But one thing that we need to understand too is Jesus didn't just die for the beautiful. He didn't just die for the tall. He didn't just die for he died for everybody.
Yeah.
And that means God puts value in everybody and he provides that hope for everyone.
Yeah.
And so
And ultimately we were all created
right.
in God's image.
So sometimes we act the way of showing favoritism without even realizing it. And
Yeah.
so I think we need to almost just like a few weeks ago, we talked about anger. Sometimes even in this case, we need to stop and count to 10.
Oh, that's an excellent point.
Stop, count to 10 and think about the fact that what am I about to do? How am I about to treat someone? Because and folks, that's what the book of James is all about. It's going to tell us how to live and how to respond to people.
So I'm thinking about something you said in your lesson in chapter 4.
Okay.
And we talked
Yeah.
about it last week
Mhm.
about how you treat other people. This author has a statement in his lesson that says, when we show kindness and respect, we help create an environment where
Mhm.
no one feels alone or unworthy.
Yeah, that's good.
Treating others with respect, kindness, and love can be life-changing.
Right.
And to me, that is not a superficial, high-level. If you've got an underlying thought process that makes you feel a certain way about somebody, even if you don't exhibit it, and you have this, oh, but I was kind to them.
Yeah.
You got to fix it.
Yeah.
And truthfully, since I'm on the stage right now and I get to talk, I'm going to flip this around and say it a different way. If you're one of the people walking through life right now and you constantly feel like you're being mistreated and you want others to know that that's the way you feel, stop it. I just mean stop it. Now, there are times where you need to express it, and there are times where that needs to be known, but it can't be your general way of life to say, well, this is who I am, and you're mistreating me all the time because of who I am. That's just not right. That's not Christian either.
I think with that, you just tell folks, I don't appreciate it. I mean, I think there's a way to confront people.
If it's legitimately happening.
Correct.
Sometimes my concern is not even legitimately
I see what
happening.
you're saying. Okay.
We just
That makes
live a
sense.
life of perpetual,
Everybody's
I'm
against
being
me. I
mistreated
got you.
because
Yeah.
of whatever.
This didn't happen. No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I
But
guess I
you're
was
exactly
hedging
right.
on the bullying thing and you were.
Oh,
I
yeah.
apologize.
Oh, and we're going there.
Yeah. I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
that, I'm like, well,
that's
next.
a great point.
Yeah.
So now we move into a subject matter that he also covered in this partiality thing about
Mhm.
being bullied.
Right.
And really, if you're a young person listening to this and that's what you're experiencing, you need to talk about it. And you need to talk about it to somebody
Yeah.
so they understand the nature of what you're going through, because it's an evil that exists in our society that happens all the time. This bullying thing.
And there's a qualifier here that gives people more of a license to bully than they would in other areas, and that's social media.
Oh, you are not joking.
Bullying is so prevalent and is so outnumbering of what happens face to face in real time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
people,
that's so true.
And I know people that even with, my daughter is still in high school. She's a teenager. And I know what happens. And I was a youth minister for 20 something years. I know how they react. Some kids would rather text you something than to say something to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. They just would. And they're just more comfortable there. And sometimes I'll say things they would never say. I mean, dirty things, awful things on social media.
Guess what? They grew up to be adults.
Yeah.
Who are doing that today.
Today, they don't change.
Oh yeah, you can see comments posted on Facebook to respond to something that they would never say to the person face to face. Yeah, such a great point.
But I love that the writer of this book, this chapter, does use the Matthew 11:28 to 30. Come to me, all you labor and heavy laden, I will give you rest. Jesus is going to give you the reward. There's just things on this earth that we have to withstand. And just like Les mentioned before, if this is happening to you, you need to tell folks. You need to talk about it.
But there is comfort in knowing
that God gives you value.
Yeah, that God gives you value.
Yeah.
To your point about that verse, Jesus said, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart.
Right.
You will find rest in your souls through him. Young, old, doesn't matter. If you're struggling with something like this, somebody treating you in a way that's not good, making you feel less valued, in the end, you may not be able to change that. You just may not have the ability to change that because we live in a evil world with evil people.
Yeah.
And some of those evil people may not even realize that they're evil at times. We have a backstop.
Yeah.
As people challenged in our lives with things that we face and people that are not nice to us, Jesus still loves us. And that's really kind of where we should land.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts?
Just mention something here that I see. Be very careful about showing favoritism, because not only is it unfair and rude, but it's also a sin. So please understand, we're trying to avoid those things. And but yeah, I think
that's probably the way to end it. It's just understanding that all of this commentary,
there's repercussions to our decisions and our choices. So be kind.
That's true. Be kind.
Love us, Jesus love.
Yep. Good point.
All right. For Les Sandifer, I'm Paul Sperlin. This has been Coffee Conversations with Les and Paul. 30 minutes for God. Have a great day. God bless. And we'll see you over that next cup of coffee. Thank you for watching Coffee Conversations with Les and Paul, 30 minutes for God. For Les Sandifer, I'm Paul Sperlin. This has been the show. A big thank you to our sponsors, Piedmont Road Church of Christ. Find them at lifeinchrist.com. Also, ministryleague.com. Find all the resources, the songbook, and everything you need there, and all the podcasts right there at ministryleague.com. And also Citadel Bible Institute at citadelbible.net. Cast your nets to learn how to preach, teach, connect, and do ministry. We hope that you will tune in next week for another installment of Coffee Conversations with Les and Paul. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to being with you over that next cup of coffee.